Today's episode is brought to you by Audible. Highly successful and efficient people all have one thing in common. They all read, or at least listen. Now listeners of the show can get a free audiobook when you sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible. You can keep the book even if you decide to cancel. Go to audible.blueboxdigital.com to sign up today. And now, on with the show. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Think Outside the Blue Box podcast. I'm Anthony Rivera. I'm the lead videographer and editor here at BlueBox Digital, and this is a podcast about creative journeys. And today I have a very, very creative person, Mr. John Eagle.
What's up?
Cinematographer, filmmaker.
Yes.
You and I have worked together.
Yes, we have.
We
yes,
did.
We have.
What did we do? We did a.
We did a. It was a church function. I think it was. I'm not sure what exactly it was on the church function.
It wasn't a wedding, was it?
No. It was. I almost said a funeral, but I know that's not what it was.
Yeah, it was for Cox. I was there for Cox.
Yes,
doing the video.
Yes, which is actually interesting because I was going to ask you, how did you even get like brought into that whole circle deal? Like, how did that even happen? But I kind of got a feeling on how it went about. But this your show. You.
Yeah, no. Let's go into that. So yeah. I started this company, BlueBox Digital, like through the pandemic, you know,
Okay.
and I started doing this full time, and I hit it so hard that apparently it caught the eye of Cox.
Okay.
And when they apparently they lost one of their videographers, I guess they moved to a different location or something, or something didn't work out. And they kind of reached out to me and said, hey, they actually offered me a full time.
Nice.
And I said no.
Nice.
I said no. I said I got my own thing going on, but if you guys need me to, outsource, yeah, absolutely, I'll do that.
Nice,
and they have,
dude. That's
they
dope.
have since then.
Because I was wondering how, because usually with a lot of people in my area, they'll kind of, and seems to be an ongoing theme where I'm in Gainesville. It's just like they'll go all the way around me before.
Really?
Yeah, they'll do that. Certain people will go all the way around me, and it's just full circle. They always come back to me in the end. But we'll touch on that a little bit later. But yeah, that's the photo side of it. The lady that booked me was she was, I guess, the deacon of that church, and I know her son. And so she reached out to me to do the photos, and that's how we were there at the same time. But yeah, I think I know how. It's just funny because I was probably supposed to shoot that, but you slid in.
Yeah, what the heck? I had nothing to do with that, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's no pressure. It's no pressure at all. Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, I feel like on that end, and just to touch on it, how in my city, and maybe this goes on even with you or maybe somewhere else, there's this thing where people like to just, in Gainesville anyway, I'm like the only one really shooting how I'm shooting, like top notch movie quality type stuff. The music videos are great, the edits are great. It's like I'm kind of the only one besides one other dude, but he's like kind of a no show. You know, you call him whenever you need something. It's not like he's in it
full time.
Yeah. So I'm surprised whenever people reach to other people in Orlando, Tampa, all these other places around. I'm just really surprised that they do that. And I understand wanting to get a different look and, whatever, but then you always come back to me in the end. Yeah. And then you want me to do it for cheaper. Like, that's the part that gets to me the most. And my prices aren't expensive at all. They're not. And compared to the bigger cities, what they charge, it's like y'all would much rather pay almost double versus what I'm charging you. But weird. Then you have to always come back to me. It's funny. Like, that happens to me a lot in Gainesville.
Maybe it is. You got to raise your prices, man.
Maybe that's what it is. I need to raise my prices, and then they'll be like, okay, well, maybe.
Because some people see that as value, I guess. The higher the price, the more value, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a psychological thing, so it could flip flop.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I need to try. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, how did you get started on cinematography and video?
Oh my goodness. Well, I would say my strong suit is being a director, the writer, the creative mind behind everything, the lighting and all that stuff. I'm still getting that part. That part is a very technical thing. I leave that to the technical guys. I'm more the creative. Let me just create it. Y'all light it. No, but I got into it actually by accident. Because since I wanted to be a movie director since the 5th grade, like I knew that's what I wanted to be.
Me too.
See, so not Steven Spielberg, but Stephen King was my inspiration then.
Okay.
But the music video thing came up. I had a camera one day, and someone was like, "Hey, I want to shoot a music video," and that's how I just spawned into it. Like it was just by accident. And then I realized I can be pretty good at it. And then over time, I just started just saying, hey, I'll shoot your music video, and just got better and better and better. That's really how it came about. I wasn't proclaiming that this is what I wanted to do. I just got into it and realized I could make money with it. And I was doing a good job at it. So, hey, why not?
That's awesome, man. That's kind of like my story.
Yeah.
Because I actually started with a music video. That was my first.
Yep. I told you the first time I mentioned, I said, dude, we're like the same person. I told you this.
The same.
I told you this right here.
Yeah, it was like that. Like, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I always wanted to get into video creation. In the beginning, I didn't have a portfolio, but I knew how to do it.
Yep.
I couldn't show it yet.
Yeah.
So I just started reaching out to musicians and just, hey, I'll make you a free music video. And people would look at me like, nah, man, I'm good. It's kind of like that. But one person said yes.
Yep.
And yeah, man, it took off. I busted my butt on that video.
Man, yeah, that sounds a lot like me. My first ones I did, I even not to this day, I'll watch them just to kind of bring myself back down to show where I came from. And my very first one I did, it was awful. Like seeing it now, it was awful. Like it was out of focus. The camera movements, everything, the edits weren't there. I could see what I was going for in the video. That was the good part.
Yeah.
But the execution.
You had the vision.
Yes. Yeah, the execution just was not there. It was, oh my goodness. It was bad. But every once in a while I'll watch it, and just to be like, man, how would I do this differently, do this
all
differently?
The lessons you learned along the way.
I'll watch that one, and then I'll watch my latest one.
Yeah.
And to see the growth and just to see everything. And it's a dramatic difference. Dramatic difference. Big time, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yes. It's one of those things where as a creative, you have to learn sometimes to distinguish between the creative side and the technical side. And this is what I always say to people too, whenever I get to talk to people in these conversations about filmmaking and things like that, is sometimes, you have two separate people. You have the creatives and you have the technical people. I may have said it to you. And the technical people are the ones that go to school. They're in the film schools, they're in the writing schools because they like it and they want to learn about it. Then you have the creatives, the ones that don't go to school, the ones that are in the mud getting it. They just want to make movies. I want to make a movie. This is what I want to do. Let's do it. I don't care how I got to get to it. Let's go with it. And that's where I fall into that category, the creatives. I fall into that category of I just want to make movies. Yeah. I want to tell good stories and just shoot the movie. But you got to learn how to light. You got to, if you're going to do it yourself, you got to learn all these things. And I'm still learning those things. But the product I put out is really good. I'm proud of a lot of the work that I do without me going to film school or anything like that. So it's definitely one of those
quality things. Shows, man. The quality in your video shows. It's almost on par with mine.
I got you. I got you. No. It's good. No, it's definitely good, man. And I've seen a lot of your work, especially the stuff you've been posting lately. And I like seeing other filmmakers really progressing. Really going out there. I like seeing that. I like seeing especially people that I know that I've met. I like seeing the work being put out there. I like that because it makes me feel like, okay, it actually motivates me to either think of something to do or to post something, do something. Like it's like, okay, I need to go do something right now because these guys, they doing their thing. Let me go do my thing right now because I'm sitting around playing the game and let me get up and do something right now.
I got to do something.
Yes. That's exactly what goes through my mind whenever I see your work or another guy's work that I follow. Just I got to get out there and create. Period.
That's the way to do it, man. It's just to do it. Yeah. I didn't go to film school. I went to I actually studied animation.
Okay.
So I kind of learned the concepts of film, but all this film stuff, man, I learned on my own.
Of course.
Like you said, the creative is always there. So I was just like, okay, how do I express my creativity? You know, it's like, and then you learn, like you just jump right into it.
Yep. The animation stuff is something new to me. I've been getting into the Unreal Engine, the meta human creator. I've been touching in on that because I want to try to implement some of those things into my music videos. And to make a whole nother side hustle that I possibly could do with the meta human creator and the Unreal Engine type deal. But yeah, that's definitely the animation stuff is something I've been really intrigued on. And I saw your animation of your avatar,
the little character,
and I was like, dang man, I want to do that, but I don't want to sit down and learn it. Like it's just it's tedious, and especially if it's not something
you love.
Right. It's just I want to do it, but it's like, I gotta sit here and learn this. Like no way, man, I don't want to. Like is there a simple drag and drop?
It's a new skill,
and so that's my thing too, is drag and drop. If it's drag and drop, I'm on board for it all day, every day. But if I have to like do this, and then I get the product, I'm kind of turned off from it.
It's funny you say that because the little avatar, the little character that I do is actually with a program called Adobe Character Animator. Okay. And basically what it is I outsourced someone to make my avatar. So I sent him a picture of me. He kind of made the avatar.
Okay, cool.
And then it's already rigged. So you just turn on your webcam and then just stand in front of the thing and then just act it out.
Okay, got you.
Like you don't need to drag anything. It's
perfect,
super easy, man.
Perfect. That's what I'm saying. I need to get into that because I've been wanting to make my own avatar, new promo videos with an avatar, just a whole new avenue of maybe being able to monetize it in some form of fashion. Because I know a lot of the rappers I work with, they want the animated type of videos. They just cost a lot to do. So if I can find a way to make the animated videos on a lower budget, I can really faster. Yeah, definitely faster. I can definitely make I can make out good on that. So I've been trying to figure out how to do that whole animation thing.
You got to experiment with that.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to.
What gear do you shoot with?
Okay, well,
let's get into the nitty gritty.
Well, so I started out a Canon guy. Okay. I had the Canon XF105. I had the Canon. My first one, I think, was a Handycam Canon that flipped out to the side. Oh my god! Yeah, it was.
That's what you shot your first music video with?
No, actually, it was my first short film I shot with called The Green Ranger. Actually, The Return or The Beginning of the Green Ranger. One of those. It's on my YouTube right now. But yeah, that was where I was like this Lone Ranger going to Power Ranger camp. Like it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing.
Was that before or after your music video?
Before. Yeah, before.
You started shooting like little short films.
Yep. I have a few of those on. Yes. Me and my younger brother, we have this whole thing on YouTube too called My Brother's Code. It's like a cop drama action thing. It's wild. Nice. But it was the Canon, then it was the Canon T3i, and then it was maybe the T4i, I think. And then the Canon XF105 that came into play. I thought that was just the holy grail of all cameras for me at that time.
Anything is better than the T5, man.
Very true. So, and then I went from that, and then at that point, I had got the Panasonic G85. Okay, I got that because I wanted to jump into 4K video at that time. And
I think that was the only camera doing 4K at that time.
Maybe on that DSLR level. I think a lot of the handy cams were coming in with regular 4K, the little cheap consumer ones. You can get it like Best Buy or something.
You can't put a nice lens on it.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
So so that one came into play, and I shot a few music videos with that, a few other shorts with that, and I was like, you know what, I need a cinema type of camera at that point in time, because I was like, the DSLRs and those type of cameras are cool and all, but I want something heavy duty that I can do cinema type stuff. And I was looking into Canon 1DX. I think at that time they were dropping the 1DX Mark II, I believe, at that point in time. And I was like, "Oh, this is a nice camera," but it had a $5,000 price tag on it.
Yeah.
I was like, And so then I just stumbled across the Blackmagic Pocket, the 4K at that time. And I was like, whoa, this is comparable to the YouTube guys are doing it, comparable to this and that. And I was like, okay, this is the one I need to get. I need to get the Blackmagic.
Like the dynamic range is like film dynamic range.
Yes.
It's not like
yes. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to get this. Of course, it's sold out across the board.
Of course.
It's on back order. And I was like, great. And on top of it, it was like $1,200.
Yeah.
$1,200.
That's why it was sold out.
Yeah. Everybody bought like 2 and 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang. So I went looking again. And then I came across the Sonys, the low light capabilities. The A7 III was the one I went with. And I was like, you know what? This is like it was like $2,000 just the body. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it because this is the closest thing to cinema besides the Blackmagic. I didn't know when that was even going to come available again. So I said, Bumper, let's just get the Sony. So I got the Sony, got the Tamron lens for it. And ever since then, that's what I've been rocking with was the Sony A7 III. And then lo and behold, Red dropped their Komodo. Their Komodo. I was like, whoa, okay.
That's the prosumer.
Yeah.
Version, yeah.
So I read all the specs. Well, I'm not a spec guy, but they would explain it. I was like, oh, this got to be good. So it's a Red camera.
Everybody's talking about Red, right?
Yeah, it's Red. Yeah. You can't go wrong with Red. So so once I got through with the Sony, I actually purchased another Sony. My wife, she bought me another one so I can have A camera and B camera for just different shoots and my short films and stuff like that. Same quality everywhere around the board. The Red Komodo dropped and I was just like, man, I need to get one for real. I need to get one. And been talking about it. And a lot of people is like, oh, well, it's not about the camera. But for me, because I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it, for me, the brand alone, even though I know what I'm doing behind the camera sometimes. Yeah. But the brand alone would skyrocket me into a totally different bracket because a lot of people before the Red was even announced, I would tell them what kind of camera I had. And it made me feel like it's like they didn't know what it was. The Sony A7 III. So they kind of down like, oh, he got that. Never mind.
Oh, he's got a Sony.
Yeah. And then especially with the corporate stuff, like I saw a lot of other videos about it. Like it was just the name itself carries weight.
It does.
And for me,
especially with clients that don't know much about the industry,
right? They know Red though.
Yep.
Red,
and they know. Yeah, they recognize the brand names.
Yes, Red and maybe Ari Alexa, maybe that one. I'm not sure, but I know Red. They know about that. Sure. So I wanted to get more higher paying clients, and if I went to the table and say, "Hey, I got a Red camera," there would be no excuse besides maybe my qualifications as far as what I can do that wouldn't get me the job. It wouldn't be the camera. So for me, that's why I was like, yeah. And then with the music video side of it, it just skyrockets me even more because there's a guy down here named Drew Filmed It, who shoots a lot of music. I think in Orlando, shoots a lot of music videos for a lot of big time rappers, and he uses a Red camera. Okay. So and a lot of other people where I'm from, they know that. So and they would try to go to him, but his prices are kind of big for him. So I was like, you know what? We need to make the investment. Get the Red. It's going to pay off. So I had to wait for it, of course, because it's sold out everywhere. And lo and behold, one day, as a surprise, get a knock at the door. And I didn't even know I was getting it. My wife, she had already bought it for me.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So it was, she knocked on the door and then opened the door and it was there. I was like, what is this? And then open it up. The prettiest Red Komodo box in the world. I still have the box now. I'm not going to throw it away.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful box. And there it was right there. And I was like, whoa, now I'm on the big leagues now.
Yeah.
It's, I got to learn lighting a little bit better and all this other things, the cinema type stuff. So that's what I have now. 2 A7 IIIs and a Red Komodo.
Okay.
Yep.
How does the color compare? Like, do you have to do a lot of color grading?
Yeah.
Match?
Yeah.
Because right now I'm doing a Canon here and then a Blackmagic, and sometimes the colors don't really match, so I gotta play around with it a little bit.
Well, the color science in Canons is really good anyway.
It is. I love it.
So that's the best. That and their autofocus is on point. But yeah, the color science with the Red is definitely like you get the Red raw. shooting it, and the memory. Oh my gosh. Like, I didn't think it would be that serious, but yeah, I tried to go out the cheap way. I bought and I always like Frankenstein and some stuff. I went out the cheap way. I bought a SSD drive memory thing. I bought one of those, and I bought a dummy compact flash card that I could stick in there. There was a wire coming to that into like this box that I could stick the SSD in.
No way.
And it was like a 1 terabyte SSD. So I had to dummy set it up, and because I didn't want to buy the $600
cartridges.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
All it is just an SSD in there.
That's it.
It's just with the red connector.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's all it is. And so I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. So I tried to dummy it up. Yeah, well, that's what I give them playing crazy, because in order to shoot at 6K and to be able to use all of that, you need my SSD wasn't, I would say, fast enough, so it would it couldn't shoot that high.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, okay, well, now what do I do? Because
it was limiting you.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I can shoot at 4K just fine, but 6K, no. So I said, okay, well, we got to make another investment. So I had to buy the actual compact flash. I didn't buy the bird ones. I can't think of the names. But I bought a ultra scan disc one. It was like 126 megabytes or gigabytes, whatever it is, and that works perfectly fine.
Nice.
And so that gets me what I need to go up to 6K, shoot in that form, and it doesn't fill up that fast, but it will fill up quick shooting at 6K. Like, I had to shoot a guy's campaign video in Gainesville. He was trying to run for mayor, and I used the red, and I maybe had got 6, 7, 8 clips. And it filled up.
Done.
And I had to drop it. I had to break out the Sonys because it was filled up. I'm like, whoa, that's in 6K. I was like, okay, well, I got to use the Sony. So I had to use the Sonys for the rest of the shoot. But yeah. I
noticed that with the Blackmagic too, man. When I'm shooting 6K, it fills up so fast. So sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit of quality, because I don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just hard drives, just ready to swap.
Yeah. Just put it in. No. Yeah. I had to.
And then you got to think of storage too. Like when you come back to the studio, you got to store all that stuff. And it's like,
oh my God, the lag. Like, my computer's built, so I got a 2060 RTX graphics card and megabyte memory. I don't know. I forgot what he put in it. He just said, here's the money, just fill it up.
Just go.
Just do it. And so so it's a pretty strong computer, but those 6K files, the lags in Adobe like crazy.
Oh, big time. Yeah, you got to create proxies and all that.
See, I don't know nothing about that. I just know that there's a thing, but I don't even want to deal with it because it's tedious and I have to learn it. I don't want to.
Just spend more money and get a better computer.
I may have to do that, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, is just get him to put more RAM in it, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the 6K files, they lag, and I see why the YouTubers would say that. Like, if you don't have a strong enough computer, it's not gonna be. You can't work in it. Yeah. I can work in it. If I'm doing a music video, it's easier because I just know I have to go maybe 4 or 5 frames cut, 4 or 5 frames cut, and I can cut that 6K footage like that. And
with your audio set.
Yeah,
like you don't have to play around with that.
Right,
yeah.
I don't have to do that much. But if I'm gonna shoot a movie with it, which I haven't done yet, I'm gonna have to play back the footage, and then I have to. So I need to get a little bit more stronger computer to be able to play it in real time and not have to render it every time.
Yeah.
So
just to preview it.
Yeah. No.
That's a mess.
No, it is. Definitely.
So you work on short films and music videos?
Yes. That is my main source of income is music videos, of course. Right. So I do those all the time. Actually, I got to come back down this way to West Palm on, what is it, the 4th? Yeah, the 4th. I got a music video down in West Palm. Yeah.
Nice.
So I got to drive all the way back down, go do that. And then, right, next week I got one on the 12th. Like, I get a lot of music videos because, you just.
It's the scene, yeah. That's what you're known for.
Yeah. It's Morphin' time. Yeah. So, but every once in a while, I'll get someone wants a short film. Every once in a while. And I shot one not too long ago for this guy in Lake City. And he came to me and I said, what's your budget? And you can do a lot with $1,000 and a dream. You can do a lot with that. Yeah. You can do a lot. And I'll touch on that in a minute. But I said, he told me, he said, well, I just got $1,000. I said, okay, I can work with that. So we planned the whole short film. He even had the script done and everything.
Wow.
So planned the whole thing out. And the day of us getting ready to shoot the short film, all the main actors backed out.
Oof.
All of them. And I only had him, his friend, and the other girl I got from down south in this area. she was there. And I told him, I said, well, we can either pack it up and just start fresh and just take the loss. He bought an Airbnb and everything.
Wow.
Everything. So I said, we can either just pack it up, take the loss, and just not worry about it, or we can come up with a new idea here on the spot and just do it. Just shoot it like a whole bunch of friends and let's just do it.
Let's get something out of this.
Something.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, let's do it. What you got? So from the moment I left the first location, the meeting spot, to the Airbnb, we had a whole new idea fleshed out. No script, no nothing, just action. That was it. And that's how a lot of my, and I'll touch on this too, that's how a lot of the movies that I do in Gainesville are done. And I've learned that there is an avenue for that, hood movies especially, but not deviate from that. But yeah, we came up with a whole new idea off the top. Everything, it's on his YouTube right now. Everything was made on the spot, dialogue, everything. And I was just like, and the key to that is just you have to be a good director. You have to have tunnel vision, and you got to have that, like, just that vision of where you want it to go. And so it's not chaotic, because if you let everybody around try to be the director, now it's a chaotic thing. Yeah. But it was, this is the story, this is what we're going to go with. And my mind just drew all these tangents out just instantly. And I was like, okay, we're going to tell this to get to this point here. And that's how we got it shot in 2.5 days. And I think it came out good. The only thing that suffered was audio, because when you're a one-man show, you're doing everything, and something has got to suffer. Even though I have the fancy equipment for audio, it's just, you forget where it needs to go and how it needs to be set up, because I'm focused on everything else, lighting, camera, the story. It's tough, man. Because the actors are telling me, okay, well, what you want me to say right here? Oh, okay, well, say that. So my mind is thinking that. And I'm like, okay, audio. I'm going to set the audio, because I have a Zoom, it was a HN4, one of them big ones.
Recorders.
Yeah. So I would use that and set it. It's funny, because in the movie you can see this one fake plant. And this fake plant is in like almost every scene. It's because the audio was sitting in the plant. It was sitting in the plant the whole time.
Hiding in the plant.
Yeah, that's the reason, because it's in the shots. And I set it in there because it was the only way I could set it up, and it could get audio from at least both sides for the most part without me, because I have the lavaliers, but it's like I have to mic them up, listen to them, and then I have to hide them. And it was like, oh God, how am I going to hide these things? I have the boom mic, but it's like I can't hold the boom. I was holding the boom mic for the static shots. Yeah. That was easy enough. But the other ones where I had multiple people around and the camera was moving and trying to, no. But yeah, that was a pretty fun time doing that right there. But yeah, every once in a while I get a short film, and I have to, and I do them for people that want to just put a story out, but they don't have a lot of money to make it what they really want to make it, but they can put something together where they possibly can maybe, monetize it their own way or something like that. Yeah. So,
or use it as a pitch for like a higher budget film. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about, I know you piqued my interest with you could do a lot with $1,000. Let's talk about budgets.
Okay. Budgets. So, maybe I told you, maybe I didn't. I think I did. But, I created a movie, called, first it was called 808, and, it was a hood movie. And I created it with $1,000, which is, $1,000, get a bunch of friends, and we just do something. So it was a short film. We shot it in about 3-4 days. I had actors from Orlando, Tampa come up. I put them all in an Airbnb, fed them, and gas, whatever else they needed. It was there. We just, nobody's getting paid. Y'all just gonna use this as your demo reels or whatnot. And they was like, okay, cool. Everybody came up, shot the movie in about 3 or 4 days. And in that movie, I used actual hood people, so to speak. And because I've learned over the time doing these movies is that you have to get authentic people to play certain roles. I mean, yeah, you can get a professional actor that may be able to spin it, but you get someone really into that life, they can bring that rawness to it that you can't get from an actor. So I learned that by making that first one. So I made that one. And then I kind of sat on it. Well, I put it out on YouTube, whatever. And then I made another movie called Sleeper, but with the 808 one, somebody tagged me in a post on Facebook. And it was this movie producer was looking for hood movies. And, I'm kind of whatever. I'm just like, all right, well, I'll just let him know I got one. So he said, okay, show it to me. Showed it to him. He watched it. He was like, yo, this is pretty good. I was like, all right, bet. And so then he pitched it to Maverick Entertainment, which Maverick Entertainment has been around for like 25 years. And I didn't even know that. But I've seen a lot of the hood movies that they put out, and they're not the best, but it's there. So I was like, okay. And he pitched it to Maverick. Maverick actually liked it. They said, hey, can you make this into a full movie? And I was like, yeah, I can. But remember now.
Yes. Just say yes.
Yeah. Just say yes. Just say
Even
yes.
if you can't.
Yeah. Cause Maverick is like a film like they're a third party aggregator where you can get your stuff on all these other platforms, or they had their own platform at the time putting their movies out and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I can do it. But the first one was only supposed to be just a short film. So that would mean I would have to write 40 more pages.
Yeah, a full script now.
Yeah, because they wanted me to take what they already had and make a second part, and we just put them together for a full movie. So I was like, oh, okay. So the moment I got off the phone with them, I went on ahead and started writing. I wrote 40 pages in probably like a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Wow.
And it was just me pulling junk out of the air because I didn't plan on doing this whole thing. So it was like, yeah, they're going to buy it, all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, cool.
It was never meant to be anything other than.
No, it wasn't. I was like, well, this is exciting though, because I'm making a feature, so to speak. So the other producer guy, he was just like, yeah, man, I'm going to put in with you. I'm going to put some money in on it so we can do this. So he brought other people that I've never worked with. He brought an assistant director up. He brought someone to supervise a script. He brought an audio guy. That's why I met Marty. Nice. He brought a lot more people to the table to help me navigate the movie more than because it would just been me doing everything like it was before. But he had brought all those people. And so I think the second part of that, like the first part cost $1,000. I think that second part we may have spent total maybe $3,000. So maybe all together. Yeah. Crazy, right?
No way.
So all together, maybe it was like $4,000 all together to make both things. The whole thing. But we shot the second part. It was a new experience for me because I'm not used to working with following the numbers, the team. There you go. I'm not used to working with a team or following the numbers of filmmaking and doing all that stuff. Like the assistant director, and her name is Heather, and I'm glad she was there because she helped me out through a lot of it. But in the beginning, me and her kind of got into it because whenever I set up my shots, I don't have a shot list. I put my stuff on the script. I want it to happen here, and I showed that to her. She was like, "No, this is no. We need a shot list." I was like, I don't have a shot list. This is my shot list. No. So
you needed something more structured.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And immediately when I felt myself getting angry, so I got up and left and shot the basketball goal in the apartment complex. I was like, yeah, let me go. So at that moment, me and her did not talk at all until like the last day, because I can feel the tension there, because she's used to it being a certain way, and I'm used to my craziness is what got us all here in the beginning. Yeah. Me not going with the numbers is not what got me here. So I want to stick to the same formula. I don't want to change the formula up because I got extra people working with me, even though I understand that in these settings, this is how it kind of goes. And I definitely understand that. I just know there's a method to my madness.
Yeah, you got your method.
Yes.
You got your own way of doing it.
Yes, yeah. And this is how we got here. We didn't get here by me following those things. So I didn't want to go start following those things, and then it's a totally different story.
It's a different vibe. Definitely.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So, but I understand that though, and I don't want people to feel like, oh, you can't work with him. No. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that I've learned over the time that people have certain jobs, and this is why certain movies are big and successful as they are, because people have those jobs that take so much pressure off of the director and all this other stuff like that. I just don't think it's necessary for me to tell the assistant director something and then for you to go tell the actor something. I can just walk over there and just tell them. Yeah, I think that's unnecessary. Even though the assistant directors do more than that, that was just part of the things that I need to do with her, and I felt like it was unnecessary. I can just go to them and tell them. Why do I have to tell you? Yeah. So that's just what it was with me. But yeah, so about $4,000. We made both parts, made a full feature. Maverick got it. Maverick, at this time, I kind of just sold my rights off to the movie totally all the way around because I wasn't really, I didn't know what was going on with that, especially in that business side. I don't know how to negotiate the movie stuff just yet. So I was just like, okay, cool. Yeah. Pay me, give me X amount of dollars and we'll go with this. Here, you can have it. Do your thing with it. Which I was glad because I have a feature now that they're putting on their platform and they're getting ready to stream it. You know, it was good. It was cool. And most of the people that were in it were Gainesville people. So they were getting the shine that they never got before. So I was glad for that. And even had the music playing in the movie too, which Maverick almost killed the movie off all the way around because no one has the proper paperwork for their movies. That was another thing I wasn't aware of, like all the time stamps and you need to, this song comes on here and does this person have what's the thing for music people? I can't think of it, but it's like it's an important thing they have to have for the music to be like monetized, so no one's getting sued. It's a word for it. God, but it was a whole thing, and I told Maverick, I was like, yo, like we're all friends. Like they just gave me their music to put in the movie. I didn't know it was gonna go this far. And even with me doing my own scores, like they were iffy about that. Like they
licensing.
Yeah, licensing, because I was using a software called Pro Scores. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's from Video Copilot, and they have their own thing where you just drag and drop the stuff on and just make your whole score.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then at that time I got in touch with Artlist. Artlist does the royalty-free music, so you can use as much as you want. And so I was using that, and they weren't familiar with Pro Scores or Artlist. So I had to kind of explain to them what it was because they were finna just score it themselves, and it was just finna mess the movie up all the way around. Just mess it up. I was like, no, this is everything's legit. I can use all of this. It's royalty free. You don't have to worry about it. But they wasn't hip to it at the time. So, but yeah, we made the full feature for that, and it went over well. Everyone, especially in the city, enjoyed it. Oh man, like everywhere I went, they recognized it. Boy, I seen your movie, boy, because it was a hood movie, and people can relate more to what was going on. More
relatable,
yeah. And even the actors in it, they were getting rock star wherever they went around the city. So that was good. They felt real good about that.
That was cool.
And then Maverick sent me the email and said, hey, we're going to put your movie on Tubi now. So I was like, dang, Tubi? It was like, yeah, it's going to go on Tubi, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay, cool. And so I went on Tubi, and I was excited about that. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, my first one I kind of put out there like that is really doing what it needs to do. And so I went on Tubi. It was streaming on Tubi for a while, and then they gave me another email and said, hey, yo, your movie's going on Peacock now. That was another big thing. I was like, dang. At this point, I'm like, all right, like this is not my best work, but it's going on these platforms where a lot of people are going to see them, and I'm just like, ugh.
Validation, man.
Yeah, like it felt good, but it's just like,
I could do so much better than that.
Yeah, like that's what it was, and I knew at that time the audio was not that great either. Yeah. But once again, I was doing everything myself. Even though I had Marty there, it still wasn't as good as it could have been. But yeah, right now it's on Peacock right now, and then
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good feeling to have all of that.
It's funny that you say Peacock because there's another. I don't know if you've seen Bel Air.
Yes,
the show.
Yeah,
that started off with the short film.
See, that's how it goes.
It's an independent filmmaker that just got together with his friends, and he wrote the script himself. He adapted the Fresh Prince of Bel Air to a drama.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Good.
Yep, I've heard that. I've heard it.
But yeah, apparently within 24 hours of him releasing that online, his short film, Will Smith's team reached out and say, "Hey, bro, we want to make this into a show."
Dang.
And yeah, it kind of reminded me of your story too, because
that's generally how it happens.
You never know.
That's exactly how it goes. And even after I put out, and they wanted to change the name too. They was like, well, can we change the name from 808 to because they told me to sit down, come with a different name. Me and the other producer, James, came up with Undercover Consequences, which that worked a lot better for the theme. And they were just like, yeah, 808, it's good, but it won't go over well with their audience because their audience doesn't like numbered titles for movies.
Yeah.
So you had to change the name. But we did that. And then during that time, I was working on another film called Sleeper, which actually I won Best Director for in the Spotlight Film Festival. I got that one. And then right now, Sleeper is on another streaming platform called Flickfair. And I'm getting ready to put in another film festival. This guy reached out to me and wanted me to put it in there because he read all the accolades and saw the reviews on it and said, hey, yo, can we put this in your film festival? I said, okay, well, let's do it. So, everything's going in the right direction. That's how I know I'm on the right path with filmmaking. It's just keeping it going and getting the right team together and the budget. Like, that's what we started this out with. Like, I think with $1,000 and some friends, you can make a good movie. You don't need
big budget.
You just don't. You just don't, because I'm proof of that. Yeah, you can't. If you have a friend that's good at visual effects, a friend that's good at directing, writing, maybe somebody good at audio a little bit, you have your team right there. You can do any movie you want to do. You can do an Avengers style movie, maybe not with the green screens around you, but you can give somebody superpowers to shoot fire out their hands. You can do that. You don't need a whole bunch of money to make something happen. Yes, having $200,000 would be good, because then you can get the right cinematographer, the right audio,
better equipment.
Yeah.
But the story is going to be the same. The actors are going to be the same.
Yep. The exact same.
You don't necessarily need that high-end budget to make something good.
And we see it all the time. With the most recent, and we could talk on the superhero movies. The most recent, what was the one that, The Eternals?
Yeah.
That movie got bad reviews, and you have Disney money. I mean, come on. But I watched this interview with this guy, and this interview from Film Courage, and the guy was just saying there's no excuse that these studios should have terrible stories. No excuse at all. You can hire the best writers in the world.
Literally.
Why are your stories terrible? And it's because it's to make money. That's how I feel. That's what it boils down to, is making the money.
Once you get that big, man, it becomes about the money. The art just kind of takes second, like passenger seat to the money. And it's all about return on investment, and it becomes so political too. Like you said, they try to change the name of the film. The score.
That shocked me too. I was like, I'm trying to. And then when I watched the movie again on the platform, I noticed one of the songs I put in there, they put something else over it. I was like, okay. I wasn't tripping, because y'all purchased it. We did it. I'm glad it's there. I'm not worried about it. But the next time, gonna be something totally different. I'm gonna figure out the negotiations, what I can do and what I can't do. So I'm more in control of my creative, not so much as giving it away to people, because I know it's a big thing, owning your masters, as they like to call it in the record label industry. But no, you don't need a lot of money to make a movie, to make a good movie. You just don't. A good story and people to help you make it. And then you're good to go. If your story is good, you can probably win over at Sundance. I'm sure you can. You just have to get it to Sundance. That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Yeah, the making is easy. There's actually a movie, I forget what the name of it is, but it's on Netflix, and it was made on an iPhone. It's on Netflix.
Hey, is it a scary movie?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I think I remember reading about that.
People they can't even tell.
You can't tell the difference, and that's how close these high-end cameras are with the iPhones now. Now, would I trade because I got a 13, like would I trade my 13 for my Red?
Absolutely not.
I'm not doing that, because you can't. Even now, I can't say, "Oh, I got an iPhone 13 and shooting music video." Now, even though you can, I'm not finna do that.
No, it's not professional. But just to say that it's similar quality.
Yes.
So if that's all you have in your pocket, you don't have a Red camera. You can absolutely just pick it up and film a movie.
Yeah, you can. You actually can. And that's the best part about it. Now I would definitely have, if I can go and buy me another 13 and have that just in my camera bag for using it for certain shots.
Yeah, certain shots. You can pop it in there, yeah.
Even now with digital production, oh my gosh, the virtual production thing they got going on. I got this app on my phone where I can turn on the tracking, and I can track in any room and take that tracking data and plug it into Premiere or HitFilm, and
sick.
and put the 3D model on it, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I have the app on my phone now. You can virtually track anything and just take that data into your editing suite of choice.
Technology is so accessible now,
It is.
man.
It really is.
Accessible. So there's no excuse for not being a filmmaker.
No,
today.
it's not. It's really not. Except people get caught up in, I don't have the money.
Yeah, I gotta have this camera, and I gotta.
Yeah,
no,
you don't. You really don't. You really don't. And then on top of that, if you run into people like me, where they say, you know what, I got a really good idea, you tell it to me, and I'm like, I can see what creatively, if I can see where this is going, the vision of it, I'll do it off love, straight up. Because I know in the long run it's gonna pay off, because people are just like, oh, you shot that movie, oh, well, can you do this right here, how much you charge, because it's happened to me before. When I shot the last movie, Undercover Consequences, it was people were in my inbox, they want a movie, they want a music video, like, it's just, that's how it goes.
Today's episode is brought to you by Audible. Highly successful and efficient people all have one thing in common. They all read, or at least listen. Now listeners of the show can get a free audiobook when you sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible. You can keep the book even if you decide to cancel. Go to audible.blueboxdigital.com to sign up today. And now, on with the show.
That's what's good about our industry, man, is because we put in all the work and then we put it out there and then people just go crazy over it. And they reach out to us.
Yes.
So it's like at some point it kind of flips. Like we're reaching out to all these people until we get big enough and it's like now everybody's kind of you establish yourself.
That's exactly how it rolls. And I'm thankful that I have the support system that I have, because half of my success is me. Half of my success is me, because it got to come from somewhere, but the other half comes from my wife. She has been there since the Green Rangers, the beginning, that very first one, 2011, I think it was, and she is one of the biggest supporter in that realm, and I'm glad that she has been there for me for all of that, even my ups and downs. And even though in the beginning it was kind of hard, because dating a creative is a task all on its own.
That's tough, man.
It is, because we want, we want to just create and do this stuff, and we don't really think about how to make money with it at the time. And
it's about the art.
Yeah,
it's about the art. It's about the process. It's
yeah. And dating someone like that is hard to do. And that's why I tell her all the time, like you're most of the reason why I'm where I'm at today, because without your support, without you being there for me, even on my lowest times, financially being there, so you know what, I got you, we cool, I got this, just keep grinding, keep doing your thing. She would be there for me to make sure I get all that in there. And even now, like we're in such a good space with everything, and it feels good, and I'm glad that I have her by my side, hands down.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's good to have a team like that.
Yeah, it is, and
somebody pushing you up.
Yeah, and that's why I wish if a lot of other filmmakers kind of had that, we would be in a better space, all of us, the filmmakers especially, because that's the part that gets us, where we just say, I'm quitting all my jobs and I'm not doing this stuff anymore, but then you don't have any way to move anything, you don't have any way to get any equipment. And she was there for me when I would talk about like, I'm just going to quit my job and just do my filming stuff full time. And it was scary. It really is scary to take that leap from getting.
When I took that leap, man, all my family was like, "What are you doing?"
Yep.
Like,
see.
No, I got that vision.
Yes,
I got the vision, and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yes. That is a scary thing. Whenever you got constant money coming in, and then I'm just going to take that leap. Like, I can't, because I was a store manager. I was assistant store manager. Like, I was making good money, like $45 a year. I was making good money, and in Gainesville anyway. And so I was just like, I could be comfortable with this, but I hated it.
Yeah.
God, I hated it, man.
And then people look at you and it's like, but you have it. Like, you're making good money. And it's like,
stay there. Oh my God, I hated it. I hated every minute of it, man. And it's just like, can I give up $45 a year to
plus benefits, plus
all of that,
vacation time, all of that,
to just doing what I love to do? Can I take that chance? And luckily, my wife was there to hold my hand with most of that, and we took the leap together. And ever since then, it's just been, for the past 3 years, it's been rocking and rolling. So
it's worth it, man.
Yeah, I'm happy with the decision I made from it. Yeah. Definitely happy with it. So I wouldn't change anything. Even though now I'm not ashamed to go back to work. If everything for like 2-3 months just died off for some reason, I would definitely go and get a 9-to-5. Definitely. I'll go work for Amazon or something like that. Grind it out, keep everything going, because the bills don't stop. I just got a new car, so the bills don't stop. So it's those things. Like, I'll definitely go back if I had to. I got the resume to do it. I can probably be a store manager at another retail store at any point in time. But right now things are good. I don't have to do that. And I'm not, and I don't plan on doing it, going back either.
You got to keep the momentum, man.
Have to.
That's the thing. I noticed that from the beginning. It's like if you rest on your laurels a little bit, it kind of dies down. So
it does.
You got to just keep hitting it as hard as you possibly can.
Yep, it does. It does. And I don't know how you promo your stuff, but I know with me, I can drop a picture or a little behind the scenes clip of something, and my DM will blow up right then. Hey, how much you charge the videos? Trying to do a video, da 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 da. It'll blow it right then and there, and that's how I kind of do my marketing. Just simple marketing, simple promo, dropping something, putting something out, or I'll do some VFX or something, put that out there just to get the conversation going, and to get people to come in, to get people to hit me up, shoot a video, and whatnot. And my packages, I have for people with all types of budgets, so there's not really any excuse for them not to do it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what holds people back a lot is the budget. It's the budget, because they think, to do this, I got to have all this
money, and not with my production. You don't.
Me either.
Yeah, he doesn't me either, bro. You just cut the check, man. Don't matter.
That's right. As long as I'm getting paid, I can pay my bills.
I'm straight.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And I totally understand that all the way. And that was something else too I wanted to also touch on with filmmakers in general. I think all of us have disconnected over the years. I'm talking all directors especially. Not talking about writers so much, because if you're a director, you're kind of a writer too at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about directors. I feel like all directors are leaders, and it's hard for us to work with other directors,
other leaders. Yeah.
There you go, other leaders, because we want to have control over everything. And I wish, and this is something I wanted to do like 2 years ago, was to start a coalition of filmmakers where there is the minimum $100 a month put into a bucket, right? And this is a whole group thing. You put $100 in the bucket every month, or $200 in the bucket, whatever. And at the end of like 6 months, 8 months, or 10 months, or something like that, the board members say, okay, what movie do we want to make? Let's vote on it. Yeah, we vote on it. Let's have a story. What do we want to do? No personal projects, things that are going to put us filmmakers in a good position to branch off and do our own thing. What can we do? And we sit down, discuss a story, and it's like, okay, cool, boom, this is a good story. Let's do this right here. We have $10,000 in the bucket. Let's do it. How can we monetize it? So we can make the money back. Nice. See what I'm saying?
I like that.
Like, I feel like because we're such leaders, we don't want to give up that control.
Yeah.
With me, I know my place, and that's the best thing about me, is that I know whenever I'm not the leader of it, I'll wait, because I've been on music video shoots before where I'm there just doing the photos, and I'm waiting on them to reach out to me to finish it. It's happened to me like twice. I'll wait for them to come to me, and they do it every time. Yeah. So I know my place when something like that happens. That's why I don't have a problem with working with other leaders like myself for us all to eat,
to benefit. Yeah,
because we don't need Warner Brothers. We don't need Disney. We don't need these people. We just don't. There's so many avenues for us to stream our own movies and things like that. We don't need them. The name is what we're after, but we don't need them to make
it's
good.
Not necessary.
It's not. We don't need them to tell good stories. And I think that's where the disconnect's at. And I've been wanting to start something like that where we can all just put money in $100 every month or whatever, every 2 months, whatever you can put into the pot, put into the pot. Because at the end of that stint, whether it be a month to a year, we're all going to sit down, come up with a story, a really good story, and put it out there to basically, I don't want to say make money off of it, but that's what we're in it to do. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're in it to do, make money off of it. Like, doing the artsy fartsy movies are cool, but are those really the ones that is going to bring back the money? Because once we spend all that money, how are we getting the money back?
Yeah,
to keep it going. So it would be a good tool for us to use to get our names out there. Because I can be a cameraman, you can be a cameraman, someone else can direct. Audio. Yeah, so see what I'm saying? So we're all, we got all the skill sets.
And all the gear, all the equipment.
We do.
We just need a story.
We just need a story. That's it. That's really it. And just shoot the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. There from Gainesville all the way down to here, Tampa. There's at least 10 good filmmakers that us together, us combined, our powers combined, I am Captain Planet type of thing, we just make this stuff happen, and we don't need them. We just don't. And it'll benefit everybody in the long run, because now they know you worked on this movie. They know I worked on this movie. This movie then blew up. Down south is a cool thing. Well, who all worked on it? Who directed it? Oh, well, it's part of the coalition of directors. It's this person, that person, this person. They all came together. And we'll all benefit from it, because now, even if that one person that directed that movie goes on to direct a Netflix original or something like that, the point is he was able to do that. He's in a good position now. And hopefully he or she won't be that person to be like, oh, I'm going to forget about the rest of them and just do my thing. But they're in a good position now. That's what the point of it is. It's for everyone to get to a position where they want to be. And that's
seen.
And that's to make movies. Because now it's about making movies for Netflix and Hulu and Peacock.
I was just gonna say, it's become so decentralized that you don't necessarily need these big production companies to get your name out there anymore.
You don't.
Back in the day, you did.
Yes.
It's kind of like the record labels too for music. It's like you musicians and artists, they're kind of dependent on these huge companies because they have the clout, they have the big.
Yeah.
But now it's so decentralized, man. There's so many streaming services that go directly to the artist, and it's like, we don't need that anymore.
We don't need them anymore. And speaking of the artist, you had the last guy you had on here. I went and checked out his song. I actually liked the song and got it on my thing. So big shout out to him.
Nice.
I like the song. But yeah, we don't need them. We don't need them anymore. We want that label of saying I shot a movie for Warner Brothers or shot a movie for Disney. We want those titles.
That bumper.
Yes, we want that. I want it even now. But I know realistically it may take me years to even get
to that.
Yeah, to even get them to even look at me. Yeah. But I know in that meantime, we could be telling great stories and making good movies and still
get it out there.
Yeah, and still eating off of it. Putting it on YouTube, because it'll die on YouTube.
Yeah. You
can put a trailer on YouTube or something, but as far as monetizing it goes, I mean, we can have our own theaters. Like, we don't need all of that. We don't. My studio in Gainesville has a theater. It can sit 180 people.
Nice.
So we don't need all that stuff. We have it already. So why are we waiting on those companies to call on us? Like, why? There's no reason for it at all. So
it's because that's the way it's always been done, kind of thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Some people don't know how else to do it, but
except waiting on that. Yeah. And I that's been my mindset the whole time, is not waiting on that to happen, because it very well may not. Yeah. And in the meantime, you're stuck on this one story that you haven't shot, put out, done anything with, and life is passing you by. Now you're 45 and you have nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. No way. Not me. Not me at all. So that's why I want to make sure. That's why I want to at least maybe this year to try to get that going for filmmakers and all of that. But it's just, we all got to work together.
Yeah.
We have to understand we can't make our passion projects. We got to make something that is current, something that people are going to enjoy to watch, and not so I don't want to say boring, but just not so artsy fartsy, because that's not.
You're limiting your audience.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's good to make the artsy fartsy stuff for yourself, but it's like at some point you're going to have to take that next step and make something for other people.
For the audience.
The audience.
You have to. And that's just what it is.
Because you're not making a movie for an audience of one.
No. See, and that's what happens. They make those artsy fartsy, which is nothing wrong with that, because I'm working on an artsy fartsy one now. Just writing a script called Lemonade. So just with the title alone, you just know that's just artsy fartsy with a title like that. But there's nothing wrong with those. It's just those are mainly award winners, not so much as bringing in the money. And that's what may also raise some eyebrows for the big studios. Oh, they made a movie for $5,000 and they made $50,000 back off of it. Like, that's crazy. How do they do it? Da, 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 da. So that's the main thing behind that, is getting us all together, working together, creating these projects and making things happen, pulling in our resources. I mean, Jesus, you got the Black Magic, I got the Red of the Sonys, you got the Canon. Like, that's just between me and you.
Yeah.
Like, just and shoot, I mean, me and you could probably come up with something just out of this world. I already know that.
Let's do it.
I mean, let's do it, dude. You already know me. I'm sitting up here talking. You already know me. Yeah, I'm about it. I'm about it all day, every day. We just need a story. That's it.
Yeah,
something.
We just need a good script.
That's it.
Well, we'll make it happen.
That is really it, dude. But yeah, I feel like a lot of us leaders, we get caught up in not wanting to work with other leaders like ourselves because our egos get involved, and then we just kind of like, nah, I just do it myself because I want to do it this way and that way. Nah, I don't feel like it's like that at all. I feel like
it's a collaboration.
It is.
And everybody has their own little, I think I talked about this before. It's like, it's good to do something yourself because you have full control over it. And it's good the way that you want it. But when you bring somebody else in, they add their own little spice too.
Yes, they do.
And it's magic, man. Whenever two people are creative and they bring in like individual, like little, like when you're cooking something and the ingredients.
Yes.
Everybody puts in their own little ingredients and it just comes up amazing.
Yep. And you're like, wow, magic. This is dope. Yeah. And I feel like that's just that's what it's gonna take. And especially if you and I jump on something, I already know it's gonna look good for number one. And I feel like we both are honed in on the story elements of a lot of things. And that's how I know it'll be something dope.
Yeah.
Be something really dope.
I'll be your first coalition member.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm down. I am down.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Don't play with me because I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready to do some stuff with other filmmakers and make something big happen, dude.
I like your energy, man. I love it.
I mean,
I'm your passion. I can tell you're passionate about it.
Oh yeah. Because there's too many good stories being wasted on nothing, on just the name alone, just too many good stories. And I see it all the time with just filmmakers just trying to get to that level and they don't know how, and they're struggling, and then they're just like, oh, I'm just going to give up on it. No, don't give up on it. Just keep going. Just learn. And then whenever one of us get to a position of power, get into a good spot,
and we need a crew,
boom,
we'll pull you in.
See what I'm saying? And that's how it works.
Everybody grows together, man.
Yes, that's exactly how it goes. Like if everyone ate off this one project, why wouldn't I go back to the same team that helped me before on this next one? Just like Nolan. I think Nolan used the same crew on the Dark Knight trilogy. I think he did.
The Bel Air, they used almost the same crew that worked on the short film on the show. Like he brought everybody with him.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's how you got success with this team. Bring them back because there's a formula there, and you hone in on it, and you can make it happen. Like, why would you go get someone else you never worked with before?
Like what we did worked.
Yes.
So let's keep building on that.
Yes.
Not replace it.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with working with new people. Not saying that. But if, like the Bel Air thing, who's to say if he would have went and got a whole new flock of people, it would have still been
flopped. It would have flopped because they wouldn't have the same charisma. They wouldn't have he went through a lot to cast those people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Handpicked them out.
See, that's exactly what I'm saying. How do we know it wouldn't have been what it was today if he would have done that? So that's why it's important for everyone to keep working together on everything, hands down.
So what's next for you, man? What are you working on right now?
Well, I try not to like tell so many people this because it's just big. Like I'll probably tell you off cam because people prey on my downfall, and I don't be wanting people to be knowing what the heck be going on with me. So I tell you off camera, but just know that there is something really good in the makings, and I'm in a position to where I could negotiate something where it could really set me up in a really good spot. And I'm thankful for that because otherwise, I would just still be trying to shoot these movies and make things happen. So there is that on the horizon, which I'm gonna tell you that off camera.
Okay.
But as far as the other things, I still want to shoot little short films here and there. Music videos is always running. That never stops. But I think the biggest thing is this big thing coming up that I'm gonna tell you about, that right there. And then just writing more stories, and maybe even trying to find a literary agent to try to sell some of my scripts, you know, because I feel like I got a lot of good stories. I have like notebooks on notebooks of stories, and I feel like if I can get them in script form and sell them, you know, maybe they can find a good home somewhere. Or even I even thought about writing a book of like keeping all those stories and maybe writing a book for each one of them, because the budgets on those would be just hundreds of millions of dollars to make. Yeah. And so I'd be like, you know what, why don't I just make a book, like a little 70-page book, put it out there, and if someone wants to turn it into a movie, then I can work from it from that point. I thought about doing that, writing a book and calling it writer's block. Each one would have its own little story arc to it, and that's what it would be, like writer's block, such and such, and writer's block, you know, Dawn of the Living Dead or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like that would be the main title, but the subtitle would be that. But it'd be like a book series type kind of deal. And that's what I thought about doing as well. Just 70 pages, same as a script. What is it? Paperback? Paperback? Yeah, paperback. Yeah, paperback, little book thingy. You know, nothing hard. Yeah. You know, like encyclopedia, but just something where they can just flip through and be reading it in a day and enjoy it, kind of deal. That's what that's what I kind of got on the table right now. Nice. Besides the other big thing, but yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And where can people find your stuff? Okay,
so you can go to Instagram at Mason Marvel 86 on Instagram. You can go to Facebook, where it's John Unlimited 86, or you can type in John the Green Ranger on Facebook. You can find me there. I got my stuff on YouTube, youtube.com/Agent Sweat. That's something from Call of Duty way back in the day, Call of Duty 4. Yeah, that's why I came with that. Nice. Yeah, but there's that, and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I don't have all those other ones. TikTok, that's not for me. No. That's for the young kids. I'm just not. And plus, is you know, never mind. I'm not gonna get political on there. I'm not gonna get political on here. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, TikTok, no. And Twitter, no. I think Twitter's for famous people, and
you have to have a, kind of an audience with you already when you go there.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to get discovered right now.
Yeah, and you know. So no, none of that. But just the main things. That's where I'm at.
Where did let me ask you, where did the Green Ranger come from?
Okay, well, I'm a big MMPR fan, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan. So I'm a big fan of the 90s one. Not anything after Zeo. I'm not on board with at all. I don't deal with it. Yeah. But yeah, Power Rangers from the very first one all the way up to like the end of the Zeo saga. That's my range. So the Green Ranger, obviously people know is Tommy. He was like the anti-hero of the group. So, and I always felt like that's how I always felt like that in life as the anti-hero. Like I would have to be good in certain situations. And then whenever it came to other things, I have to
bend the rules.
Yeah, bend the rules a little bit to get ahead, and so to speak. And you know, a lot of people call that systematic, you know, the R word, but I don't call it that. I call it just life getting in the way sometimes, and then you have to, and then you got to find a way around it. You know, that's why we have a lot of billionaires today. They find a way around it to keep the money going, to keep making billions of dollars. So sometimes you got to find a way around it and not play victim, and get there. So. But yeah, sometimes you got to bend the rules a little bit, and that's where I got the persona of the Green Ranger, and then you know it kind of just stuck.
Yeah,
after that,
that's how I know you, man. The Green Ranger.
There we go. No.
Well, then, thanks again for joining me, man.
Definitely, man.
It was a great conversation. You're welcome back anytime.
Yes, I will come back. I will definitely come back. Absolutely. This is fun. I miss doing this on my little thing. I miss doing it. I always have a lot to talk about.
I know it's a bit of a drive for you, but you know.
You know, but it was straight. We kind of got here kind of quick though. It wasn't that bad. But
during the day, it's not that bad. The traffic's not that bad.
Yeah. Actually, one quick thing. I actually shot a video down here in Tampa, not too long ago, and I was on. I think there's like this strip in Tampa where it's like a little highway in the middle of the city or something. I don't know what it was, but I was following behind these rappers, and I kid you not, these rappers left me. Like they were going like 90 on this thing. They left me, and I'm in my truck, my work truck, and I'm like, I'm not chasing y'all down this highway. Like I'm not doing that. I think they were going like 90. I was going like 75. I was like, I'm not chasing y'all. So I stopped at a gas station, filled up my tank, and I waited for them to call me. Yo, where you at? I'm in the gas station. Where y'all at? It's like, oh, we here. Well, drop a pin so I can follow y'all because they left me. They clearly left me. But yeah, maybe that could be a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
The horrors of shooting music videos.
Oh, dude, I can go all day.
Yeah, me too. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. All right, man. We're gonna end it there. For us, it's BlueBox Podcast. We're on Instagram and TikTok.
He's on TikTok. Oh boy,
I'm on TikTok.
It's all good.
But yeah, we're going to post all these on the podcasting channels. So obviously Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcast. And also we're going to put the video version of the podcast on YouTube. So if you want to follow along, it's youtube.blueboxdigital.com. And with that being said, thanks again, man.
It's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.